Yes, guys, Ryjack back with another video. Man, top of the league. City are back in first place, ahead of Arsenal, only very slightly here. What a interesting game, we'll say. Second half was a bit of a. Actually, I should rephrase. After our first goal, it was a bit of a snooze fest, unfortunately. A lot of chances for City, not a lot of end product there. Now, if you are new, do hit subscribe. I appreciate that. Like the video and comment your thoughts on the game. I'll respond to all the comments as I always do. So thank you guys for your support as always. If you want to go the extra mile and support me a little bit extra, you can become a member on the channel today. Anyway, let's take a look at the game here. 1-0, like I said. If you look at the table, we are even on points, 70 from 33. Games played is the same. There's no games in hand at present. That will change very soon. Goal difference also the same, plus 37 for both City and Arsenal. However, the next tiebreaker is goals for, which we are at 66 to their 63. So technically, we are by tiebreaker in first position. If you are wondering as well what happens if the goals for ends up the same, goal difference is the same, we would also have the next tiebreaker, which is head-to-head record. We beat them and drew. So we have that advantage as well, should it come down to that factor. If you look at this specific game, 1-0 against Burnley, we have quite a numerous amount of chances. The total shots was 28 for Man City. 4 big chances with 3 big chances missed, unfortunately. The momentum chart really shows a good description of the game. Yes, we scored very early. Burnley had a few somewhat, not even really half chances, but a couple opportunities where if maybe a better player fell to, they potentially could have tested us and maybe scored. Second half, that was all gone. It was all City in the second half. But it was a slow City. It was a lack of urgency. It was not clinically finishing chances. It was shots blocked FC once again. We've seen it so many times. If you look at the actual XG, 3.54 for City, 0.61 for Burnley. Second half as well, 2.12 for Burnley. It was really not a contest. It wasn't really competitive, but unfortunate to not rack up the goals so we can obviously increase our goal difference on Arsenal here. And Burnley is a team, going down regardless of even if they won today, they still were going down. It's a done deal. They're going down. You'd think we could have maybe put 4 past them, something like that, to really help us out. And that doesn't happen. We have 11 corners. Nothing really comes to it. 3 big chances missed is unfortunate. Like I said, 10 blocked shots. We hit the woodwork twice. 19 of our shots were inside the box. So, it's not like we were taking pop shots all day. It really felt like we should have done better in terms of scoring. There was a few Haaland chances here and there where maybe he could do better. I'm thinking of the right footer that really should have gone in that he put wide. Nico G had one that he dragged just wide. Savinho had one that he could have done better on, and it was right at the keeper. And it was a lot of that. Cherki had quite a bit of opportunity today, but most of them, I would say, are probably blocked shots, unfortunately. Individually, I will say, I thought the performance, bar the finishing, was particularly pretty good. Cherki was everywhere. Haaland gets himself a goal. Maybe could have had a couple more. Doku gets a nice assist. Bar the Doku assist, I feel like he misplaced a couple of passes. He could have had another assist or two to Haaland, but didn't quite have the right oomph on them or the right pace on them. But in general, he was pretty effective. Semenyo, I thought was pretty good. I don't know why he's at a 6.8. I felt like he was okay. Not terrible. He was definitely better in this one than Arsenal, but maybe could have taken an opportunity to score that he didn't. Bernardo, I'm going to easily give man of the match. I thought he was outstanding, all over the place, and I'm sure his stats do tell a fantastic picture of what he did. 7 chances created, 3 blocked shots, 12 defensive contributions. I mean, he was everywhere. He had 3 tackles, 7 recoveries, won 7 of 11 ground duels. I mean, Bernardo was great. And he's been really stringing together good, solid performances each game we're playing. So knowing that he's out the door in the summer and knowing the type of leader and player he is, we're obviously going to miss Bernardo quite heavily next season. But we are, with the guys putting in mega performances for us to end this season, and big ups to Bernardo for that. Backline I thought was fine. Nunez was okay. Husanov was good. Gehi was good-ish. Aït-Nouri was fine. O'Reilly I didn't think was very good in midfield. And me personally, I probably would have subbed him out for Nico G and left Aït-Nouri at left back. I thought Aït-Nouri had a better game in general than Nico O'Reilly did. And Donnarumma did not have to do anything. He made one save, which I would expect almost any keeper to make. One thing I did notice, I feel like the guys were really, really running low on energy. And this is basically the same starting 11 we've had for quite a few games in a row now. If you look at our fixtures coming up, it does get pretty thick and pretty fast very soon. You have a Saturday to Monday game, which is 8 days. So there's a bit of a long period of rest following this weekend's FA Cup game. But after that, it's basically a game every midweek. It's every 3 games. This game will also have to be moved, assuming we beat Southampton, because Sunday, May 17th, will be the FA Cup final. So where do you put this game? This Crystal Palace game needs to be moved as well, because they're not going to have us play Friday, Sunday. They haven't scheduled this one just yet. So the fixture congestion is going to be a serious problem. And we cannot just ham the same starting 11 over and over and over. It's not going to work. We're not going to have enough gas to do that. So when you get to Saturday, I think you're looking at players needing a rest, like Erling Haaland, for sure. I know Marmoush basically doesn't play, and I think maybe not everyone, but I have at least conceded that Marmoush is going to ask for a move this summer because he doesn't play, and rightfully so. He should play. He's very good. But he's still here now. He needs to play on Saturday. Cherki's played quite a few games in a row. He maybe doesn't quite exert the same level of work on a pitch, so maybe he doesn't need a rest. Doku, certainly, I think, could use a rest. Semenyo could use a rest. Problem is, who do you play in those positions? Are you comfortable bringing in Savinho and Foden to play and be our wingers for the FA Cup against Southampton? I mean, I hope that we can do that, but those are the type of changes I think you're looking at. Rodri's going to be out again for this game. Bernardo certainly could use a rest. O'Reilly looks like he needs a rest. Aït-Nouri can play. Nunez looks like he needs a rest, but who are you going to put in at right back for him? You're not going to play Rico Lewis, I don't think. Maybe Aït-Nouri goes right back and Ake comes in at left back, and you don't change the center backs because Ruben Diaz is also not fit at the moment. But Nico G, certainly in my opinion, needs to start the game. Unfortunate to not play more than he did today. Again, another player I think will consider his future in the summer, unfortunately. And those are the only subs we make at the moment. John Stones, I don't think is fit. Kovacic, is he fit enough to play a full 90 or 60 minutes? I don't know. Reinders maybe is one that can start in place of Cherki if you want to rotate there. But I really think rotation needs to be a focus coming up for this FA Cup game, given what we saw tonight. We did not have enough gas to go and push for those goals. Maybe we could have made changes earlier had we gotten a 2-3 goal lead early on, but it just didn't happen. And too many of the players that are key to our final month of the season played 90 minutes, unfortunately. And you got to have somewhat fresh legs going into this last month. There's 7 games left in a 25-day period, something like that. So it's going to be tough, but I'm excited for it, and I'm here for it. And if you like these type of videos, subscribe to me. I'll put them out as often as I can. I will go live as often as I can. Live again for the FA Cup this weekend. So come back, watch the game with me, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like I said, I will respond to everybody as quickly as I can. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. City, top of the league, but a lot to play for. Here we go.